Hey guys, it's Rose here, and welcome back to another video of For Honor. Today I was gonna do something a bit different. I was gonna do For Honor tier list 2019 at the moment in what is it? June, I believe. I can't even remember. But yeah, this is way overdue. I've had this ready for about a week now. I just haven't been getting to it, so I guess we'll get right into it. So we're gonna have from S tier to D tier, and I'll basically just name it out as it goes. So the first person we got in D tier is Moshe. Some people might argue that he's a bit higher with his deadly feint mix-ups, but they're easily back dodgeable, and he just doesn't have very many openers in his kit or anything other than his own. But yeah, that's about it. Next in D tier is Nobushi. Nobushi, she was really good when when the game first came out. She was great, but it just feels like Nobushi was like left in the dust, you know? Like she hasn't been getting very much love at all. Like I don't know how to explain it. She hasn't been doing much. Her stuff is all the same. But yeah, that's mostly why Nobushi's in D tier. So that's all for D tier. Most people in For Honor are pretty good. So lower tiers there's not going to be very many, but higher tiers is going to get up into some more. So next in C tier, first one we have Nuxia. Nuxia is so if I were to explain it, a low level person would put her in S tier, like guaranteed. But I'm looking at high level play where I'm at, and not very high, but you know what I mean. Yeah, she's just, if you know how to play against her, the heavies with the traps, they don't hit you. Like it's very rare that they will get you. And all she has in her kit is light spam, which is easily counterable. But yeah, that's why I think Nuxia should be in C tier. So next in C tier we have Lawbringer. Lawbringer, how would I say this? He was definitely D tier before his rework, but now that he got his rework, I felt like it didn't do him like service. All they did was speed up his attacks and give guaranteed off the shove, and they took away one of his most like good features, which was shove on block, which that really hurt him. But yeah, that's why I have Lawbringer in C tier. So the next one in C tier is PK. PK was great when, like I said, like Nobushi, she was great when it first came out, and then she got a rework, and it put her lower down. Like honestly, her lights parryable, like super. Her zone, that's basically the only good thing about her kit. If there were to be a rework for PK, I would like to see a lot more bleeds. I know some people might not like that, but personal opinion. Yeah, she doesn't have a lot in her kit to use. She doesn't have very many openers either. But yeah, that's why I have her in C tier. And this might surprise you a lot, but now that I'm finally getting up into like higher tier stuff, I've realized that Sent is in C tier. He is my highest reputation person, but yeah, he's just not that good in general. Doesn't have very many openers other than the kick, and easily dodgeable. Heavy's semi-fast, light's very parryable. His mix-ups, they're pretty decent, but if he gets a rework, it's gonna be great. Like, I would honestly enjoy that. But yeah, sadly to say, Sent's in C tier. Okay, next up we're going into B tier now. So first in B tier I have Glad. Glad has pretty good mix-ups with the double feint heavies and all that other good stuff. Toe stab, good damage, keeps you from dodging. Shield bash, heavy, most people can't parry it, or if you feint the heavy and put it into a light, it's great. But yeah, he's just not quite A, in my opinion. He's just there. He's pretty good for his stuff though. When you see a high level Glad, you're in some trouble. But yeah, that's why I have him in B tier. Next in B tier, I have Shigoki. Shigoki had a big buff, like huge, and his rework was great, and it made him so much better. He got some new armors and clothes with it as well, but the soft feints into Demon's Embrace is just amazing. It's great, and the light into the headbutt. It's a good stun, takes some of your stamina, and the heavies do great damage. And you can feint the heavy unblockable right before it like goes. It's just nice. So that's why I have him in B tier. He's not quite A because he's not. I don't know he's not high level. I've never gone against a Shigoki that's like completely whooped me. But next we have Chianti. Most people don't talk about the this faction, and it's kind of weird to be honest. Got a bunch of hate when it first came out, but Chianti is in B tier because he has fast lights. He has a good opener with his little shove. Well, his zone is great, very very useful, and yeah, he has crushing counters on his dodging lights, which is great. But yeah, there's a lot of mix-ups with Chianti, and I just love the voice of it. It's very nice. So next that we got in B tier is Orochi. So Orochi, how would I say it? Most people get very annoyed against Orochis, but I honestly don't really care. It's just the lights really fast, hard to handle on console. But other than that, he has great what's called lights, heavy feints. He doesn't have much openers, that is, but the zone is good. He has that back stance where you can't see which way it's coming from. That's very good. He can feint that into guard break. But yeah, just an all-around good character. That's why he's in B tier. So the next one in B tier, I have Warlord. Warlord. Good opener with the headbutt, guaranteed light. I think it does like 15 damage now, which is a lot better than it used to be. But oh my god, Warlord with his ledging and his openers. If you really want to play Warlord effectively, you unlock from the person you're going against, run towards them, and you just have to mind game them without, like, if you're gonna charge them with the unblockable, like, shove up against a wall, or you stop last second and you wait for them to dodge and then you guard break and you still get it. That's, like, the most effective way to play Warlord. But, yeah, just, he's a really good character. He's just, he's not, I wouldn't say he's too good, but he's not too bad, so that's why he's in B tier. So now we're moving on to A tier. So in A tier, I have Shaolin for the first one, and this is not in like any specific order, like best to least in the tiers, you know. It's not like Shaolin's the best A tier. I just have it there. So Shaolin, Shaolin is pretty good. He has a bunch of good 50/50s with his crushing counters. He can do so much in that stance. He can do crushing counter on enemy attacks. He can undodgeable heavy, unblockable heavy. He can kick into sweep. He can kick into unblockable. He can kick into light. He can just do so much with it. And not to mention, he can feint that undodgeable into a light or a guard break to catch you if you're trying to parry it. So, yeah, Shaolin is definitely an A tier. Next we have Shaman. So, Shaman, she has really good 50/50s with her bleed, and how she can feint the bite into bleed. Like, she can feint it if you dodge, and then she gets it guaranteed. If she guard break throws you, she gets a guaranteed lunging heavy. She can charge you, and if you hit a wall, that's a guaranteed heavy. Even if she like pokes you and you start bleeding, if she hits you, gets her health back. It's such a good character. So that's why I have her in A tier. Next we have JJ. So Jang Jun, great zones. His parry punish for out of stamina and just a heavy parry is insane. He gets an unblockable zone, and if you're out of stamina, then he gets another unblockable on top of it. I think that's like 3 or 4 bars, which is insane. But yeah, his back stance is it gains his stamina back. So if he's out of stamina, he gets it back in like 2 seconds. So it's just great. And his lights are very good. He's the only heavy that has dodging heavies, like dash heavies. He's just all around a good character. So next we have, oh, where is he? What am I doing? Highlander. Highlander is a very annoying character, but he's a very good character. Once you get up against a good Highlander, you basically can't do anything unless you know what you're really doing against Highlanders. I'm just kind of learning how Highlanders play still. I haven't gone up against like a mega high tier one, but yeah, his heavy into spiral heavy is great mix up, and kick into caper toss is a bit overpowered, but it's really effective. The lights in his combat stances, they're insanely fast, like way too fast, and not to mention it's a hidden guard. So yeah, that's why he's an A tier. Next we have Blackprior, up in A tier. Blackprior is just a great new addition to For Honor. He has really good lights into bash, and that bulwark stance where he can do the bulwark counter. It's just very good. Anti-ganking, he's probably one of the best. But yeah, he has some pretty good customizations, and really good moveset with the undodgeable heavy as his second combo heavy. It's just great. It's very good. That's why he's up in A tier. Next that we have in A tier is Valkyrie. So Valkyrie, she has great mix-ups just in general, and her heavy into bash, and if she pokes you and then she can sweep you and get that guaranteed heavy, if you've ever gone up against a good Valkyrie, it's insane. The amount of stuff that they can do, if they get you with one light and they start going into combo, it's just a guessing game. It's great though. She needs more love, to be honest, because she's a great character. But yeah, that's why I have her up in A tier. Next up in A tier we have Kensei. So I haven't really ever learned Kensei, but I mean I kinda did. But yeah, great mix-ups, great 50-50s. Lights are pretty parryable, but still very fast. Heavies into soft feints, mix-ups, it's insane. Just a great character all around with the head bop with the hilt, and then it gets you a guaranteed light. Wall splats, it's a guaranteed overhead heavy, which is unblockable. Also very good. So that's why I have him/her up in A tier. Next up in A tier is Hitokiri, the brand new addition to For Honor, the newest character that's came out. But yeah, it's if he gets a light on you and goes into that stance where they're either going to trip you or kick you. If they kick you, it's shorter time and it gives them a guaranteed heavy. But if they wait longer, it sweeps you and it's guaranteed light. It's just great. And the hyper armor on the first heavy, great trading, has very good health. And yeah, that's why they're up in A tier. So now we're moving on to S tier. So first up in S tier is Warden. Warden is an all-around good character. Very adaptable, very easy. Very many mix-ups. If good Wardens are very hard to go up against. The shoulder bash can be feinted at like numerous amount of times. Overhead unblockable. He has crushing counter on overhead. Zone is very fast. His customization is pretty good, not bad. Just check it out. It's not bad at all. But yeah, that's why I have him up in S tier. Next we have Conk. Conk is definitely an S tier. The guessing game with his bash is so hard to tell, because if he dodges forward without bashing and you dodge and gets a guard break, it's so much damage. And if he gets you out of stamina with a guard break, it's a guaranteed unblockable. But yeah, his customizations aren't that good. Only his weapons, basically. But yeah, he's just an all-around... His zone is insane. All-around good character. Like, his zone gets damage, and it's just as good as parrying. And if you get the parry timing off by just a little bit, like, if you throw your heavy before they throw theirs, then you get a superior block on your heavy, and it's guaranteed heavy. So, all-around good character. Next we have Shinobi. So, Shinobi, they buffed him, or kind of buffed him recently. His lights are pretty fast, but now he can feint his zone after the first 2 strikes, which come out insanely fast. His mix-ups with the kick and the dodge back after almost every attack that he does is great. It always gets distance in between you and him, no matter what you do. Like, if you try to dodge forward to him, light, he dodges like 20 feet back. He's just an all-around good character. Good Shinobis are very hard to deal with, so that's why I have him up in S tier. Next we have Berserker. Berserker, after his first combo, you're basically done, because he has hyper armor on almost every single attack after. He can feint his heavies into lights, which also have hyper armor. His zone comes out decently fast and gives him the damage of a heavy, and then he gets hyper armor after it as well. What else? He has guaranteed guaranteed hyper armor off of dodging forward light, which is pretty fast, and you can trade with it by getting a heavy after. He has unblockable finisher after any one of his combos overhead. Yeah, good berserkers are very hard to deal with at the moment, and that's why I have him up in S tier. And the final character, and this is, I think, in my opinion, is the best character in the game, and that is Reiter. Reiter is a beast of a man. He has hyper armor on his second and third heavy. His mix-ups with his stun tap is insane at the moment. It's 400 millisecond, and if you let those heavies go through, it's massive damage. His combo zone does 65 damage, and for reference, that's 2 bars of your health. And yeah, his customizations aren't that good, but his moveset, his lights come out very fast. Oh my god, his hyper armor is insane. He's a great character. He can, even if you try to dodge the stun tap, he can soft feint the heavy into a guard break and then throw you across the map. I think it was a couple days ago, but they reduced his throw range, which barely changed anything, and they increased the stamina punish for getting a stun tap. But they also took away his dodging guard break, which I don't really agree with. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered everybody, like, most likely. I think I did. But yeah, this was For Honor tier list 2019. And if you liked the video, then like, obviously, because it really helps the channel grow, and dislike if you don't like it, because it gives me feedback. Comment some video ideas that you may want to see, and what else? I was gonna think to say something, but I can't. What was I gonna say? I might post another video today. Might get some actual gameplay in. As you can tell, I'm trying to start leveling Reiter up, because kind of a scumbag at the moment, trying to use the best character in the game as for the, like, short majority as he's good. But completely skipped my mind. I was gonna say something. Yeah, I play on PS4. If you want to play with me, then gamer tag's top left. I'm a Rep 51, have 75,000 steel. Probably about to get Reiter to Teal gear, and then that's about it. And go on to someone else, probably Valk. What else? Well, if you like my content that I post on my channel, then subscribe. But I think this is gonna be it. This is Let Rose signing out. See y'all.